gracious good day to one and all once again. 'Tis I, Norton the First, by grace of God, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico, back with you once again for episode number 122 of Emperor Norton's fantastic history vlog. Today is August 20th, 2020. It is our 156th day under COVID-19 restrictions. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the last couple of days. We went into a lot of detail the last couple of days of this vlog, so we'll be a little bit shorter today. Great stories though, so here it comes. Let's begin with our national days. It is National Radio Day. You'll understand why in a little bit. World Mosquito Day. Is it to celebrate mosquitoes or? I don't know. Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. Yeah, sounds good. But even better, National Bacon Lovers Day. Now, we love bacon, and we even love a bacon Bloody Mary, but we must tell you that we once went to a restaurant which shall remain nameless here in San Francisco. In fact, we're not even in business anymore. And had our first bacon Bloody Mary, and it was god-awful. It was a bunch of cold bacon bits at the bottom of the glass and so much hot sauce, it was undrinkable. And we like spicy food. We adore spicy food, but oh, that's all you tasted. It was awful. Ugh. Had better ones since. Moving on to Florida man. Well, let's see what we've got today. Florida man arrested for having Trump-shaped ecstasy pills. Okay. Our San Francisco story, again, does not come from John Ralston's book, This Date in San Francisco. We'll return to it, don't worry, but it was on this date in 1956 the Republican Party convened at the Cow Palace, and Dwight Eisenhower, president at that point, was renominated, as well as Vice President Richard Nixon. However, it was expected to be renominated by acclamation at the convention until a lone delegate decided to vote for a fictitious candidate named Joe Smith. He voted the same when Nixon was nominated for vice president. We don't know who Joe Smith was to this day. Not even sure he knew. But let's talk about the Republican platform that year, 1956. It provided federal assistance, it asked for rather, the provision of federal assistance to low-income communities, to protect Social Security, to provide asylum for refugees, extend the minimum wage, improve unemployment benefit system so it covers more people, strengthen labor laws so workers can more easily join a union, and assure equal pay for equal work regardless of sex. My times have changed. Our other history for today. 1619, the first known African Americans in English North America arrive, approximately 20. They land at Point Comfort, Fort Monroe, Virginia. They are then sold or traded into slavery. 1866, President Andrew Johnson formally declares the U.S. Civil War over. I'll repeat that. The U.S. Civil War was declared over in 1866 by President Andrew Johnson. Ooh, we got some construction going on outside. Hopefully that's not being picked up too badly. 1896, the first dial telephone is patented. Who remembers dial telephones? 1920, the first U.S. commercial radio station, 8MK, later WWJ, in Detroit, begins daily broadcasting, and that explains why it's Radio Day. 1940, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill says of the Royal Air Force, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." I'm sorry. On this date in 1965, the Rolling Stones released their hit single, Satisfaction, I Can't Get Me No. 1968, during the night, 250,000 Soviet and Warsaw Pact troops invade Czechoslovakia in response to the Prague Spring. 1971, the FBI begins a covert investigation of journalist Daniel Shore. Interesting story. When confronted about the investigation, the White House said it was considering Shore for a job in the environmental field. Shore knew nothing about it. 3 years later, during the Watergate hearings, it was revealed that White House aides had drawn up what became known as Nixon's enemies list. When this list was released, Shore read it live on television, not realizing that he was on the list. It read, Daniel Shore, Columbia Broadcasting System, Washington, a real media enemy. 1977, on this date, NASA launches Voyager 2 toward Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. It's still out there. 1993, the Oslo Peace Accords, a pair of agreements between the government of Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, are signed after secret negotiations in Norway, followed by a public ceremony in Washington, D.C. the following month. Our births today. 1833, Benjamin Harrison, the 23rd President of the United States. 1890, H.P. Lovecraft, American horror writer. 1901, Salvatore Quasimodo, Italian poet, critic, and translator, won the Nobel Prize in 1959. 1918, author Jacqueline Susann, who wrote adult books I don't understand, but she meant it that way. Fans of X will understand what I'm talking about. 1907, Shirley Booth, who was on the hit series Hazel. It's a doozy, Mr. B. 1948, Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin. By the way, there's a bustle in my hedgerow. 1960, Sally Yates, American lawyer and acting attorney general. 1994, Miracle, the white buffalo, extremely rare non-albino buffalo, a sign of hope, an indication of good times to come in Native American beliefs. Our deaths today. 1912, William Booth, English preacher and founder of the Salvation Army. 1994, Kalman Kahana, Polish co-founder of the State of Israel, passed away at the age of 81. 2006, photographer Joe Rosenthal took the Pulitzer Prize winning photo, the raising of the flag on Iwo Jima, very iconic photograph he took. And 2007, the Queen of Mean, Leona Helmsley. Well, that wraps it up for today's edition. Just a couple of reminders. On August 25th, the San Francisco History Association will be meeting for a program, virtually, on Zoom, for a program about Ina Coolbrith, the poet. Here's the information to sign up for that. You must sign up to get the link to the Zoom meeting. Also, in these troubled economic times, just heard that the Senate will not reconvene until after the Republican convention to take care of those of us who are out there who have had our unemployment benefits greatly reduced. A lot of us are not sure how we're going to pay for food, medicine, rent, utilities. Get your act together, Congress. Get your act together, Mr. President, and come to some sort of agreement. We are hurting. In the meantime, you can leave a tip to help us out via Patreon, a monthly subscription, or one-time donation via PayPal. Here's the website for more information about what the Countess and I do. Don't forget to tune in Saturday for the Countess, always an entertaining episode. And of course, she has something in store, always. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay inside, stay healthy. If you do go outside, wear a mask, please. It's the best thing you can do to prevent the transmission of COVID-19 and people getting sick and dying. To prevent that, wear a mask. Don't take unproven cures. This has come back in the news again, amazingly. Be kind to one another. Until we see you again, a gracious good day.